What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the Locks DFS NBA breakdown video for October 24th, 2019. I am your host, Christian Hardy, at ByHardy on Twitter and ByHardy on DraftKings. I'm going to be breaking down this little three-game NBA slate, pretty straightforward three-game NBA slate. But before we get to that, I wanted to do a few things. I'm going to do a lineup review for my lineup yesterday, but I'm also going to let you guys know a few things. First of all, if you are not following us on Twitter and you're not following me on Twitter, here's my Twitter at ByHardy, and we are at LocksDFS. Wanted to give you guys, obviously I had this pulled up before, NBA Season Pass on our website, locksdfs.com, is $99 for the entire season. Let's do some quick math here that I pulled up before this video. There's 224 days of the NBA season left. That is the NBA full season, which goes, if you do the math here, 44 cents per day with our product. If you don't want to play, let's say you take out the postseason, we could cut it down to 174 days. $99 divided by 174 days equals 57 cents. So, I think that we give you guys a lot of value for that 57 cents with our cash pool. This is the article from today that was private. Cash pool, GBP pool, and then our lock sheet, which is analysis on every single player. We'll post it usually about 2 hours before lock on the website, as well as, like I said, the top games to stack. I think we might add a little bit to this in terms of writing down kind of the guys that we want to target in these games. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Always taking feedback from people in the Slack and talking about things in there. So check us out, locksdfs.com. And with that said, if you want to win a free season pass from locksdfs.com, that free $99, all you got to do is leave a comment. It could be your favorite play. It could be your favorite GBP play. It could be something I don't talk about in the video. Whatever it might be, it could be some feedback for this video. Leave a comment. You'll have a chance to win that free season pass. We do a giveaway every single Thursday night showdown video for the NFL. So check those out as well, because that's where we do the weekly giveaways right now. With that said, let's do some quick lineup reviews. On FanDuel, this is, I honestly am just jumping back into FanDuel. I don't play it for any other sports. I just really liked some prices today. I threw a little bit of my volume on there, pretty much not very much at all. But just kind of wanted to give it a try, get a feel for it. And ended up pretty good. I was really high on Kyrie Irving, which he was a little bit more owned on FanDuel, which totally makes sense. He was like a lock for me on FanDuel when I came over here and made the team. I did have Kristaps as a lock on FanDuel, and then ended up, when Kendrick Nunn news came out, I forced him into my lineup, which I'm not sure why he was 1% on FanDuel. I don't even know who the chalk was. I know a lot of people play Luka. Makes a lot of sense, but I don't know why Kendrick was so low owned at minimum on FanDuel. That's very interesting to me. 36 points for him. Harrow was a jam, 52%, chalkiest player on my team at least on FanDuel. Love the price on Winslow once we got the news, so just played 3 Miami guys. Oubre's price on DraftKings or FanDuel, I think we might have locked him. Actually, pretty sure we locked him. And then I liked a bunch of guards, but Booker was just the one who fit, and he didn't do terrible. Bagley came through a little bit in the second half, but obviously didn't get there for 8K on FanDuel. That was a disappointing game. Markieff, honestly, not my best decision, but probably could have done some a little bit more looking around with Bagley, Morris, and Booker, because I think the rest of my lineup is pretty much locked in. But not a bad day on FanDuel cash GBPs. Moving over to DraftKings, had a really good day on DraftKings. Took 6th in the single entry $100 tournament. So what happened with the Nunn news, or with the whole Miami news, which if you saw the sheet, the Miami news wasn't on there, but we talked about that in Slack to all of our members, letting them know Harrow is a pretty sick play. Nunn is a sick play. Winslow. Didn't end up with Winslow on this team because I was really high on Bagley. And so I just didn't have a spot for him. Like, I knew I was going to play these 3 Detroit guys, got pretty locked onto them. I saw how much usage Nunn got in the preseason and how he could run as a combo guard. He ended up getting us there as that combo guard late in the fourth quarter, which was awesome to see. He is a really, really awesome player. I think him and even though they're not going to get the same type of run when Butler is back, Nunn and Tyler Harrow are guys who are Miami's serious about getting minutes. And they're going to be really important contributors. But basically, when I went down to Nunn, I ended up getting up to Irving. I knew all day that Irving... Well, actually, not all day. Early in the day, I had a higher take on Booker than Irving. I really wanted to get Booker to run back my Bagley piece. But then I started thinking about it, and I just needed to have a run back with Towns. Like, this was the second or highest total of the game of the day. Both these teams don't play a lot of defense. They run up in pace. Minnesota, Ryan Saunders wants to run really high in pace. And I just knew that I needed to get a Brooklyn team that's going to shoot the ball a ton. That's going to really bump up possessions. Obviously got lucky to go overtime, of course. And Kyrie just went off in his first game in a Nets jersey. That worked out for me really well. He was pretty much unowned and cashed. Very low owned in the single entry GBP. Which, like I said, was pretty locked on to Morris and Kennard. Once I started building, and then once none opened up with those two, that pretty much gave me the access to another 9K player. Drummond was a lock on the sheet. Towns was a lock on the sheet, I believe. Those two guys were pretty smash plays, and we had them in all day. We were probably a little higher on Bagley than the field, but he was kind of chalky. So, okay, that will pretty much wrap it up for my lineup review. It was an awesome day, like I said, an awesome start to NBA. I think a lot of people, I saw someone on Yahoo in our chat won 10,000. Took down GBP over there. Another person took down a small GBP on DraftKings, and then another person took down the quarter arcade on DraftKings. So it was an awesome day for us. Hopefully we can keep this going in this 3-game slate, which I feel super comfortable in these 3-game slates. Like, I feel like I can analyze. And the thing is, the more time you spend with these things, the more time you spend with each team, looking at rotations or reading articles, the more you're going to get an idea for what they're going to do. Obviously, as well as that, I've seen all these teams in the preseason. I feel really comfortable, just going through these teams right now. So let's go ahead and start at the top where let's go to utility though. We have Giannis, okay, 10.3K. We have Harden, 9.7K, okay. We have Steph Curry, 9.4K, okay, no big deal. Just 3 MVP candidates. We do have Kawhi. I mean, he's on the slate. I'm not too interested, but he's on the slate. There's my dog in the background right there. Very rare appearance from JC. And we have Andre Drummond, who is extremely underpriced at 8.3K. He just scored. He's not going to be on here. He just scored. I'll have the lineup up. 78.25 DraftKings points. An absolute domination by Andre Drummond. He looked like a monster. I mean, at 8.3K. So, okay. It's a really interesting slate because there's lots of top-end guys right here. And then you have a few GBP plays like D'Angelo Russell, like Russell Westbrook, like Kawhi Leonard. And then you just going to kind of skip over this mid-range. I like guys like Draymond. There's some guys in the mid-range that I like that I'm not going to leave in this video. But for this video, we're going to go truly stars and scrubs. I'm going to talk to you about my 3 favorite stars. Actually, I'm going to talk about all 4 of the ones I just mentioned as cash plays that I'm going to be making decisions on. And then I'm going to talk about 4 value plays. Okay, let's get into it. At the top, in price, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little bit down on Giannis in this, not in the spot. I love him in the spot against Houston. It's a pace-up game. Not a lot of defense can be played. I love that. What I don't love is that Giannis was amazing in the preseason, of course, but that was mostly without Eric Bledsoe. I mean, those were the games where he, usage-wise, was just, like, going off. I think that puts a little bit of a cap to his upside. I think that he had one really good game last year against Houston, 27, 21, and 5 with a steal. That gets you there. But his other game was 19-14 with a block and a steal and at 4 assists. That's not going to hurt you, and he's going to score 45 points. Like, let's just get it over with. Giannis is a good play, and he has, after I would say Harden, the highest upside. I think that on the slate. But I don't know how I don't play Drummond at 8.3K. I don't know how I don't play these next 2 guys I'm going to talk about, Steph Curry and James Harden. So let's go ahead and talk about the next one. I don't want to act like I'm down on Giannis. I love Giannis, and he is still going to be in cash consideration for me. It's something I'm going to have to think about all day long. But I just, at the price, when you have Harden and Curry here, who are both just stone cold locks for me, like just plug them in, just plug them in. It's going to be tough for me to decide on Giannis. But, okay, so going on to Steph Curry, 9.4K just is kind of a joke of a price, if we're being honest, for Steph Curry. 35% usage, 37% assist rate in the preseason. Everyone played, except for Kevon Looney. 30% usage and 23% assist rate last season. Do you see the difference? 13% assist bump, 5% usage bump. Last year, without Clay, Iggy, and KD, I have it pulled up on one of these NBA Wowie pages right here. He averages 1.72 DraftKings per minute. So you can mess around with this a little bit. I mess around with Cousins in it. Wowie's a little bit slow right now. Shout out to Add More Funds. They're going to get this going faster. I've already used the beta a little bit. It looks awesome. But, yeah, so Curry's 1.72 DraftKings points per minute. You give him 36 minutes of that, and we're at 55 fantasy points. I mean, the price doesn't make any sense at all. Like, not only that, let's also think about the fact that this is a massive game for the Warriors at the beginning of the year against Clippers. The Clippers are arguably probably the team to beat in the Western Conference right now, even though they're not coming off a championship or anything. Kawhi is. And the Warriors are going to have to play Steph for, at least 36 minutes, to stay in this game with no Clay, no KD. Like, we could see him even play 40 in this game. So, definitely play Steph. 1.7 DraftKings points per minute. Even if you take him down a little bit with Russell on the court to 1.6, he's crushing at this price. So, I don't think there's much more to say about it. I wanted to pull up the lobby for DraftKings or FanDuel. I meant to do this because I actually have not even built anything on wrong sport on FanDuel yet. So sorry for the delay, guys. Just gonna click a contest real quick. Okay, the prices. Yeah, so just play Curry at 10-3 as well here. Like, he's 300 more than Westbrook. It's not really close between those two. Just play him and move on. Okay. Now Harden. Let's talk about Harden. People might be concerned that Russell Westbrook is on the team. I am not one of those people. I'm one of the people who watched Harden in preseason and saw him shoot 37% usage in preseason. He doubled the assist rate of Westbrook in preseason. He's still James Harden, and he's still going to lead this team. I mean, he was playing with Chris Paul last year, and he was priced much higher than this multiple times throughout the year. Sorry, got the hiccups there. The Bucks are running at the highest pace, top 5 pace in the NBA. They're going to do that again this year. Westbrook's going to take some usage, but like I said, Harden really dominated that in preseason. When you have Westbrook only 800 less than Harden, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that Westbrook won't be an 8.9K player. I'm just saying that when there's 800 difference, it's like not even a question. You just play Harden. Like, it's kind of the Anthony Davis and LeBron thing. When they're 300 different, if you're only playing one, it's like AD. It's like not close. So the price difference isn't enough yet. This will change. Get on it before it does change. Play Harden, play Steph. I think I would think they're going to be very high owned at these prices. I don't know, but they're smashed. Like their floor is hitting value in my head. Like, unless something crazy happens, their floor is hitting value. Okay, let's talk about Andre Drummond. So, obviously, there's a chance that we get Andre on a little bit of a minutes limit. He's coming off one of the best games of his life, 32 points, 23 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks. Whew, that is a huge game. Back-to-back, again, played 41 minutes. But this is the beginning of the season, and until we hear something about the minutes tomorrow, he is once again a smash play that should not be faded. Like, Andre Drummond was 38% in the single entry tournament yesterday at 8.3K. A guy who should be priced 9.5K plus was priced at 8.4K. Now has another pace-up matchup, which people don't know that. The Pacers are a pace-up right now. Are going to be a pace-up once we get a little bit of a sample. Atlanta also pace-up. They don't have a defense. I mean, they're going to have they're going to have a bottom 5 defense again this year. This should be a close game. It's projected as almost like a pick'em. So, of course, Drummond is going to want to be on the floor in a pick'em. The coach is going to want him on the floor in a pick'em. The Hawks run at a fast pace. Like, this is just a smash spot for Drummond again, and his price is 8.3K. So, there you go. You guys have 3 basically locks in my head. I know that people are going to play Giannis over Drummond, and I know you can fit it. It's not bad. It makes sense. All those guys are in play. It makes it a very easy GBP night because I think those are the 3 guys that you should play in terms of point per dollar. I know that Westbrook is going to look super cheap to everyone, but compared to the Harden and Curry and Drummond prices, he's really not that cheap. And you just are going to have to get used to that. Him in Houston, he's got a much lower usage rate. He's got a less lower assist rate. It just is what it is. He's going to be priced like this. He might be priced lower. It could happen. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to see from him yet. Let's talk about the values. I feel like I'm running a little bit long because of the lineup review. Okay. There are a lot of really good values on this slate. I don't know if DraftKings did it on purpose or what the deal is with that. But there are standout values on the slate. First one I'm going to talk about is going to be, I'm just going to talk about them in a random order. I don't know. I think they're all pretty good plays. It's going to be PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker is 3.9K. He's a guy who is not going to give you a ton of upside. I'm going to be honest. I do think at this price, at 3.9K, he can definitely hit 25. He can even hit 30. I mean, yeah, he can definitely hit 30. He can be a minutes monster. He can play 40 minutes in a competitive game. He can play more than 40 in a competitive game. Look at these, 45, 45, 42. He's a guy who can give you 40 minutes, and it's 3.9K. I don't know about you, but even if PJ Tucker is averaging 0.6 to 0.7 fantasy points per minute, I'm taking that all day. Like, 3.9K, yeah, like, he's going to play a ton of minutes for Houston. Should be the third most minutes for Houston behind the two guards. Guaranteed that he's going to get those minutes. In the preseason, we saw Tucker's usage. I don't know how much you want to invest in this, but it's just something I took of note because I feel like it gives me a better floor for Tucker. We saw his usage jump from 17%, from 9% last year to 17% in the preseason. This is while playing with starters for the most part. I would assume almost all of his minutes were with starters. I don't have like a flow chart or anything, but I'm pretty sure that he played most of them with starters. Last year against Milwaukee, he played 43 minutes. He played 35 minutes. People might say that, oh, how does Tucker fit in against Milwaukee? They don't have a true four. Well, he played minutes last year. He also had a massive plus-minus. So I think a really strong GPP pivot from Tucker, especially if he ends up becoming chalk. I think he should at that price. That's going to stand out to people. Is going to be Daniel House at 3.2K. He fits the matchup really well. He started some games in the preseason. Could start one here. With Gordon coming off the bench, I think House is definitely interesting at 3.2K. But like I said, more of a GPP play. Okay. Another starter that is very interesting to me. Let's click in PJ Tucker. Not there, though. Let's click in PJ Tucker up here. Okay. Another value that's really interesting to me is in this last game, and it's going to be a chance to run back Steph Curry a little bit, just a little bit, with Ivica. I don't know how you say his first name. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Zubac, 3.5K, was a very, very solid DK point per minute producer last year. I don't think I have the Clippers pulled up in terms of last year, but he should be around. This is their this year from the first game of the year. He put up 0.96 fantasy points per minute. Okay, going back over, he is 3.5K. Oh, Zubac, 3.5K. So Zubac averaged 20 points per minute in his starts last year, and he is a fantasy point per minute producer. The Golden State Warriors are going to be starting Kevon Looney at the 5. They're going to need a big body down there, and Zubac kind of got phased out of the last game. He played 10 minutes. I think that's just an anomaly. People might be scared off of Zubac because of that game, although it's not in the game log. At 10 minutes. He's not going to hit value, but at 20 minutes, actually at 10 minutes, he's really not going to kill you. He's probably going to get you 10 points still because he's a DK point per minute player, which that's not good, and especially not in tournaments. But, I'm thinking that Zubac here is closer to 20, 22, maybe higher potentially. Zubac is going to be needed on the floor in this game. 3.5K is like smash. So there you go. Another really, really solid play. And now it gets a little bit more thin after those two plays to me. But still very good plays. There are a lot of Hawks. I'm only going to talk about one, and I'll talk about the rest of them on the lock sheet, so check it out. LocksDFS.com, you know where we at. DeAndre Bembry is the one I'm going to talk about. He is 3.2K, another extremely, extremely cheap player. The issue with the Hawks is going to be figuring out this rotation. I do feel a little bit insecure about it right now. Kevin Huerter is going to play less than 20 minutes. Cam Reddish is going to play less than 25 minutes. I think Huerter is going to be around, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. It's going to be around probably like 16 or something minutes because he didn't play any of the preseason. So getting him up to speed will be pretty slow. I don't know who's going to grab the start, but Bembry, regardless, off the bench should be projected for something like 24 minutes. Another guy who's going to play minutes is going to be DeAndre Hunter. He should play 28 minutes. He had a pretty good preseason. He's a good two-way player. Can get you some rebounds, can get you some threes, can get you some, points in the paint. But yeah, with Parsons and Crab out, I think Bembry's just going to find his way onto the court. He's got versatility to play the 2 and 3. He should play about 24 minutes. So, I mean, lots of these Hawks make sense, but Bembry at 3.2K, where I feel like I'm for sure getting 22 minutes with those guys out, but may get as many as like 26, depending on kind of the role that Huerter and Reddish play. I'm really not sure about them, but I mean, Jabbar Parker is a guy in there too. Like, I would say just stick with those guys. Vince Carter's probably way too thin for me. I mean, he could do his thing, but I mean, dude, he's pretty old. DeAndre Bembry. I was sticking with like DeAndre Bembry, Reddish, Parker, Hunter. Stay away from Huerter today. Len is a GPP play. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'm feeling. Trae Young and Collins are going to play. Ignore those cues. They're interesting. They're interesting. Certainly, if you're going with the Drummond route, you can definitely fit like a guy like Collins in. So that's interesting. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up. There are, like I said, it's pretty much just a Stars and Scrubs slate. This is just Stars and Scrubs video. I'm sure we'll have lots more of them. But this is the most, one of the most Stars and Scrubs slates I can remember. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Like I said, please check us out, locksdfs.com. Please hit that subscribe button. Get these videos in your inbox. It helps us out. And it'll get you guys the good content to help you guys on the right path in DFS, hopefully. And then follow me on Twitter, @ByHardy. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, it means a lot that you guys come back here and watch these. And we will see you guys back here for the Thursday night video. And then obviously daily for these NBA videos. So see you guys next time. Peace.